The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is T-Boz from TLC. You're listening to the X and Y Show. Hope you enjoy.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y Show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y Show. With your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y Show.
Oh yeah, sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y Show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the X and Y Show. And I'm your host, Roosevelt. Well, I've taken a few weeks off. There's a lot that's happened, which is why I did so. Had a death in the family. My aunt Gladys Dixon. She passed away. I know you guys don't know her, but I'm just saying she's my aunt, and she passed away. Very special lady, very nice lady, very dear to me. When I was little, she used to come over every Easter and hide Easter eggs so I can look for them. And she was surprised when I grew up that I used to say that. And she was like, "You remember that?" It's amazing. That's why I say parents, do things with your kids now. They will remember that when they grow up. And you'd be surprised. And she just couldn't believe it that I remember that. She did it for when I was little. But obviously when I grew older, I wasn't doing Easter eggs anymore. But she used to come over and hide the eggs. And she just did so many things. She was always around, always there, always around the family, during holidays, the many holidays. She was always there. It was like one of those people in your life that, since you was born, you knew, that person was there, and now she's gone. She was my mother's sister. So, she passed, and actually I'm going to the funeral this Thursday. So to say final goodbyes to Aunt Gladys. So this is a tribute to her, a very special woman. Also, my mother, she fell and broke her hip. She's okay, but obviously she was in the hospital and got operation. They did it on it was really like the femur to the hip. But the operation went well, and she's recovering. And she'll pull through. She's strong, but it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. Some of you out there can attest. You have parents that are just stubborn. They won't listen. And my mother was one of those. You can't be, Mom, don't go outside by yourself to pick mangoes. Don't go out by yourself to plant grass. And she fell. And so it's been a lot of shit going on. And I wasn't even going to record tonight. I was just going to take the rest of the month off. But I decided maybe I need to get my mind off of some shit. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do this episode. But that's why I've been away for a little while, kind of getting through some things. I'm recording an episode now, but I probably won't record an episode upcoming week. Just too much going on. I'll be in Miami. But I'll probably be back the week after. And from there, just take it on into the bird months. A happier time of year. So without further ado, let's get on to the episode. I'm going to answer some questions tonight. The first one is from Carol. Why do you put women down with small breasts? We're people as well. Well, Carol, I don't put women down with small breasts. A lot of you women with small titties, like Carol, all I do is I voice a preference. I would rather a woman with big titties. Don't have to be like F, triple F. But, I like big titties. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's a preference. I don't see anyone, talking about women when they don't like short men. They don't want to date tall men. What's wrong with short men, Carol? Because most women want men 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", tall, dark, and handsome. They don't want short, dark, and handsome. They want tall, dark, and handsome. Nobody discriminates against physical appearances more than women. So Carol, go on some with that bullshit. I don't put women down with small titties. It's just a preference to me that I like big titties. That's my right. Can I have my titties? I'm not saying that women with small titties are automatically disqualified. No. But if I see a woman across the room with big titties, and I see the other side, the woman with Tic Tacs, I'm going to gravitate to the woman with titties. I'm sorry. It might even sound shallow, but I don't give a fuck. That's real. Big titties attract me. The only thing that attracts me more than big titties is a hairy pussy. And I can't see the pussy yet, so I got to go by the titties. So leave me alone, Carol. Damn. All right. Next one is Keith. Keith says, when my wife goes out with her girlfriends, she usually comes back between 5 and 6 in the morning. I ain't gonna say nothing. When she comes in, oh my goodness. Okay. When she comes in, she throws her clothes in the washer immediately and takes a shower before she does anything. What do you think? Well, Keith, damn. Did you ride the short bus in school? Did you ride that short bus with the tinted windows in school with the air conditioning? It's like when I went to school, the short bus had the tinted windows and the AC. And the regular school bus, had fucked up. I didn't even know those buses had AC until like years later. I was in college or some shit. Military or something. I was like, these buses got an AC? They never ran AC on those big school buses. But the short buses, the kids, with the tinted windows, they had AC. Anyway, Keith, your old lady's fucking somebody. That's what I think. And it's not about what I think. It's what it is. She got somebody dick in her mouth and her ass before she come home to you. That's why when she come home to you, she washes her clothes immediately. Because probably got cum stains all in her panties. And she doesn't want you to touch her until she takes a shower because another man's is all on her. So, yeah, Keith, come on, man. I mean, you... ABC, motherfucker. 1 + 1 is 2. It's written on the wall. Your lady fucking somebody. So, I mean, first of all, going out with your girlfriends, coming in at 5 and 6 in the morning, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. I don't understand, I understand you want to go out sometimes with your girlfriends, and that's cool, but you have your ass in at a presentable time, a respectable time. What does a married woman got any business doing out 5 or 6 in the morning unless she fucking somebody? I mean, what else could she be doing? Dancing? She dancing all right. Come on, Keith, man. Tighten up, man. Your lady fucking somebody. Well, I don't mean to joke about that, but come on, Keith. Damn. You got to ask what I think? Shit. Anyway. All right. Let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is, how can someone make themselves the perfect husband or wife? How can someone make themselves the perfect husband or wife? This is a question that I think, if you're single especially, or, if you're married, you just think about what you did to make yourself perfect. But if you're single, a lot of people are walking around today, especially like people who are divorced, was married for 20 years and 30 years, and they don't know what the fuck to do. They just trying everything that come their way. Oh, I'll try that. Oh, I'll try this. Especially women. But it's like everyone's trying everything to be the perfect husband or wife. They're trying everything to be, I'm going to say it again, the perfect husband or wife. And men and women are guilty of this. Trying to do everything to be perfect for the other person, to attract a mate. Which is ironic because the person they attract isn't perfect. Yet, we all, strive to be perfect. Well, you guys do. I don't do that shit no more. I learned a long time ago. It is what it is. And I think if society was to get that same attitude, it will be a much better place. But that's a dream. A dream that probably would never be a reality. But what are the ways that men and women make themselves perfect? There's different ways. There's the main thing, like financially, status wise, right? What do women do? What do men do? Well, men get degrees, college degrees. I had this woman tell me one time, well, you trying to get married? Just because I got 4 degrees doesn't mean I'm trying to get married. I want to get married, but that's not why I got my degrees. She's equating that to, I'm looking for a woman because I got degrees. But if you look at certain women, they do require a man to have a college degree. And a lot of them don't even have college degrees. I had one woman ask me, but you have a college degree? I said, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. I said, do you? No. They don't even have a degree, but they require you to have one. There's a lot of women out there that equate the amount of degrees makes a man more marriage material. And that don't mean shit. The amount of degrees a man has does not mean anything. I mean, there's, as far as being a good husband, just because he have, PhD and 2 masters or whatever, doesn't make him a good husband. You got motherfuckers out there that don't have nothing but a high school diploma, and they make way better husbands than some men with college degrees. Yet some women out there, if they don't have a college degree, they don't want them. Get away from me. You're not my type. So that's one of the things men get. You got some men out there that acquire all these degrees. Not me. But you got some men out there that acquired all these degrees trying to impress women to get them. You also have men trying to be ballers, right? If they're ballers, they have money. If they have money, they attract the women. And that can mean a lot of different professions. Maybe pro athlete, but that circle is very small. A lot of guys are unable to make it to the pros. But if they can make it, that's one way that they can attract the women and make themselves perfect to get all the pussy they want and maybe eventually become a husband if they want to go that route. Or they might go to the different spectrum. Instead of being a pro athlete, they might be a drug dealer. Actually, when I was younger, my real young days, real young, I'm talking about like real young, probably probably 17, 18. I thought about selling drugs just to get pussy. I didn't want the money. Fuck the money. But I knew the money attracted the women. So, I thought about it for a little while. It wasn't nothing, serious or anything. But I did say, damn, if I just sold a little bit, if I just sold on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but nah, I would have never done all that. That's something I could have never done. Couldn't look on my back continuously. But it was a brief thought just to get pussy. Just to get pussy, I thought about selling drugs. 2 days a week, not full time, part time. And you think about it, how many guys out there that are actually selling drugs just to get pussy, just to be high in status? Because they know money attract women. And a lot of guys will tell you, no, man, no, that's not what I'll do. That's bullshit. And I'm not saying all the guys are the same, but a lot of those guys are selling drugs just to get pussy. Because they know women like money. That's what it's all about. Money. So some guys acquire more degrees. Some guys become pro athletes. Some guys become drug dealers, et cetera, trying to get more money to attract more women. Money makes them the perfect mate, which is true because a lot of women want their man, their potential mate, to make a certain amount of money. If he makes 6 figures, he's a good husband. If he makes under that, he ain't shit. That's the message today. If he makes 6 figures, he's a good man. That's somebody I want to get with. He's balling. He's taking care of business. Oh, what? He making 60 or 65? No. He ain't shit. He's a failure. He ain't for me. A lot of women think very fucked up nowadays. Back in the day, a woman didn't give a fuck. If he had a job, is he breathing? Check. Will he work? Check. Let's get married. Now, Is he breathing? Yeah. What kind of money he make? 60? Pass. Fail. Make it over 6 figures? Okay, we can work with that. It's all about the money. They don't give a fuck about the man. They don't give a fuck about the core of the dude. Just what kind of paper he making. That's what kind of fucked up society we are in today. And that's why so many marriages are over before they start, because they get married for the wrong reasons. Because as soon as the money's gone, they're gone. So, some things that women do to make themselves, well, women are being more educated as well. They're getting degrees and they're going to school more. That attracts some men. Some men, it does. A lot of men like the intellectual types and more educated type women with all the degrees. They're smart. That does attract some men. It does. Some women have jobs that were tailored to men more back in the day. CFOs, COOs, CEOs. So women are balling now to attract more men, more independent, have their own money. That really attracts some men as well. It's not as bad on the men's side because most men don't care about money. Most men don't care about how much money a woman makes. I can't even remember the last time I heard one of my friends or just someone in general, say that a woman had to make a certain amount of money, to give it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's extremely rare. Where if a woman always saying that shit, oh, he got to make this, he got to make that, got to have this kind of house. Got to have these kind of clothes. Got to wear this kind of watch. All kind of bullshit. Materialistic motherfuckers. But you do have some men out there that do like the women who are balling, who are independent, who have their own money. Some men are attracted to that. So some women, they feel that because they are CFOs, because they are CEOs and COOs and big balls and running their own shit, that makes them marriage material, when it does not. I've seen more women that are CEOs and CFOs and CEOs and all that shit who are straight up assholes. And they're stuck up, ditty asses. They're not marriage material. There are women who I would not marry in a million years. I've seen women who work at Wendy's or the managers at Wendy's or the manager at Burger King who are marriage material. Much better women. So it doesn't matter the job. The job does not make you perfect. And that goes for both sides. The job does not make you perfect. Just because a man is a pro athlete and making all this money doesn't make him a perfect husband. Just because a woman is a big baller and making her own money and CEO and all that doesn't make her a perfect wife. What does that have to do with being the perfect mate for someone? What kind of job you do, what kind of money you make. And it's all the physical things, aspects as well. What are men doing trying to make themselves the perfect mate? Got some men out there who work out until they drop. They work out 7 days a week, 3 hours a day, trying to make themselves look good for the woman. Which is true because a lot of women will not date men who are not in shape. They will not date a man who are not in shape. Now, I'm not knocking the women. I'm just stating the fact. Most women do not date men if they are the least bit out of shape. A lot of women are saying, oh, I like him a little big, like a little teddy bear. That's bullshit. Now, some men get away with, you see a man that's kind of chubby-ish or whatever, with a fine-ass chick. they've been together for a minute, and his ass just gained all that weight while they were together. Or he got a lot of money. Well, most of the time, women do not like guys who are out of shape. That's why you have guys who are killing themselves in the gym every day. You got guys even paying for leg extensions, getting the bone extended because they want to be taller. Because they know women do not like short men. So you got guys who are paying for these expensive operations just to be taller. So they'd be more appealing and more attractive to women. They're taller. That makes them the perfect mate. According to a woman. Yeah, I want someone who's tall, dark, and handsome. How many times I'm not making this shit up. How many times have you heard that? I never heard short, dark, and handsome. I never heard that shit in my life. Never. All I hear is tall, dark, and handsome. That's it. So you got men out there going through all that. That's a painful procedure. And it's costly. But you got men out there doing it just so they become more appealing. And it will make them appear to be a perfect mate. Look at me now. I can be a good husband. I'm tall. Shit don't even make sense. You got men who are there pulling on their dick every night, trying to make their dick bigger. I'm just saying. Because some women, they don't like small dicks. I know a lot of women, again, they say the bullshit on the size doesn't matter. It does matter. A lot of women don't like small dicks. I'm glad that's something I don't have to worry about. But you got some men that do. So some men are going, it's all kind of techniques that's bullshit. That shit it doesn't work. It hasn't been proven scientifically. But you got some men out there that'll try anything, making their dick bigger so to make them more appealing to women and make them the perfect husband. Making their dick, pulling on their dicks every night, trying to make their dicks bigger for to be more attracted to women. I'm serious. This shit is really going on. What do women do? Women work out till they drop, trying to make themselves more attractive to men, because there's a lot of men out there who won't date women who are out of shape. But I will say there are a certain group of men who like BBWs. So men are a little bit more liberal when it comes to that. Where women are like, if you're not this and that, get the fuck out of my face. Men, you got some men that won't date regular size women. They if she's not BBW, they get out my, they don't want them. But, for the most part, most women feel that if they're not attractive or a certain size, that they can't appeal to men. So a lot of them work out till they fall out. And if they're in shape, that makes them the perfect wife material. What else do women have that's fake? Fake lashes, fake eyes, fake asses, fake titties. All to satisfy and become more appealing to a man. And when they have all that shit rolled up, fake lashes and the fake eyes and the fake asses, the fake titties, most of them have fake attitudes to go with all that shit. But they think because they have the big titties, the big fake titties, and not small titties like Carol. They had the big fake titties, they had the big fake asses, all the fake lashes and all that bullshit. They think that makes them the perfect wife. I got all of this. Look at me. I got my fake lashes. I got my fake ass now. My fake calves, my fake titties, and all this shit. I'm a good wife. I'll be a good wife now. Look at me. All that shit don't mean nothing. Just because a woman have all that shit, it does not make them marriage material. Does not make them a potential good wife. But that's the society that we are living in now. It's all about the status, all about the financial, all about the physical. When in reality, the only thing that should matter, and the only way that you can make yourself a perfect wife or husband, is you can't. You can't. You can't make yourself the perfect wife. You can't make yourself the perfect husband. So in all reality, the only thing that you should do when you're looking for a mate, because, all that shit wear off. Eventually your fake titties going to go down, the silicone going to leak, the fake ass is going to lopsided. You can't wear the fake lashes all the time. The fake hair got to come out sometime. Guys, you're playing with your dick, pulling on your dick every night. Your dick going to be sore, and you give yourself a muscle spasm in your dick. You can't use it no more. That shit is not forever. It's fake. It's fake. We all gonna get old one day, so you're gonna lose all that shit. So the only thing that you can make yourself, first of all, you can't make yourself a perfect husband, or you can't make yourself a perfect wife. So the only thing that people should be doing when they're trying to attract a person to be a mate, to be a husband, or to be a wife, is be yourself. Be yourself. Could you imagine how good and how different the world would be if everyone just was themselves? There was no fake people, no fake attitudes, no fake physical attributes, just people walking around real and authentic. Could you imagine how different society would be? How better it would be? How more people would be walking around confident, and it'd be just a better place to be, a better place to live, a better place to exist. Just be yourself. Because if that person falls in love with the real you, when all that shit go to shit, they won't leave. Because they love the real you. But if they're in love with the amount of money you're making, and 6 figures, and the size of your titties, and the size of your dick, that won't last. It's fake. Nobody's perfect. So stop trying to be perfect. Just be yourself. Anyway. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of the X and Y Show. And I will be back, not this week coming, but the next week after. Be sure to check up on any episodes that you may have missed. Be sure to check out the X and Y store as well. Also, follow me on Threads. I'm there now as well as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. So be sure to follow me on all the social media so you can kind of keep in touch with me and know what I'm doing at all times. With that said, I will not see you, like I said, the coming week, but I will see you the week after. I want you always to remember, you cannot have love or lust without X and Y. Goodbye, Aunt Gladys. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.